Hey everybody, Tony with Nothing But Car Reviews, and today we're taking a look at the refreshed 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LTZ. So let's get right into it. So this LTZ here comes in North Sky Blue Metallic, which is one of my favorite colors on the Silverados. And our interior consists of the Gideon Very Dark Atmosphere perforated leather. Now this powertrain on this one in particular has the bigger 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, made it with a 10-speed automatic transmission. So that's getting you 420 horsepower, with plenty of get up and go. And there's that back end there. Of course, we have LED tail lamps, parking sensors here. Let's see, this power tailgate here. So what I like about the LTZ models is you have the power up down tailgate. Let's get a look over here. We have a 120 volt 3-prong household plug in there. And then we also have bed lights on either side. But watch this, this is my favorite part. When it goes back up. Fun, fun, fun. All right, let's go around. So of course we have 4-wheel drive with this model. And there's our fuel filler there. We don't have a cap. We have passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. And then down here we have 20-inch aluminum wheels. So a nice classic look for the LTZ. Of course you can option bigger wheels or chrome wheels, whatever. And then we have chrome badging here. Say Silverado, the 6.2 liter. Has its own chrome badging on the hood there. And then as we get to the front here, we have the chrome accented grille. So we have chrome here, here, and then the bumper is chrome as well. And I really like that look. That's probably my favorite, because you know each trim level has its own kind of thing going on there with the bumper look, and I just love the chrome throughout. And that's why the LTZ is my favorite in terms of the front grille. And then we have our LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. Let me go ahead and pop this hood real quick. And it's mostly covered up, but there's our 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. Can't wait to drive it. But next is go ahead and take a look at the front seat. So from the front seat here in the driver's position, lots of headroom here, even with the sunroof. I've got about an inch over there, but I can also lower the seat. And then just really adjustable. I have power lumbar support. And I just have a really comfortable seating position here and plenty of space where my hips are, and I'm not over here falling off the seat or anything. So I'd expect that with the Silverado. But let's go to the door panel here. We have power door locks, memory seat, power windows, power mirrors with power folding mirrors that have blind spot monitors in them. And then let's just get a look at this trim here. I really like what's going on here. You've got that kind of earth gray matched with this gray here, and then the brown here looks really sleek. And then with our Bose sound system, I love how all that's integrated into the door panel. And then we have 2 cup holders here. You can have bottles or whatever, and then a big pocket here, along with a little storage up here. Over to the left side of the steering wheel for our controls, we have our electronic parking brake. You hit the brake, you press down to engage, and then press down again to disengage. We have our 4-wheel drive controls here, and then we have our drive modes, and we can toggle between normal, sport, and off-road. And then we have our tow haul mode here. And this one has a heads-up display as part of the technology package, so controls are there. Headlamp controls here. And then let's go onto the steering wheel. We have our cruise controls here, and then we'll go through that during the test drive. We have our heated steering wheel toggle here. We can toggle our gap adjust for our adaptive cruise control. And then over to the right side of the steering wheel, we have our voice recognition. And then we have our arrows to go through our gauge cluster. So let's go ahead and take a look at that really quickly. So looking at the gauge cluster here, we do have plenty of options in terms of our views, tire pressure sensors, trip monitors, and then we can even change the layout of the display, which is pretty neat. My favorite is actually the classic view, surprisingly, but you have 4 different views that you can choose from, and then you can change what's showing on the info page. So I always like to have fuel economy up, but you can even have the trailer brake gain up, all of that. So from here, as you can see, now it shows our fuel economy here. But behind the steering wheel, we also have our paddle shifters, volume controls on the right side behind the steering wheel, and then track list or radio station controls over here on the left side. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the radio from the passenger side. So up front here, we have power seats for the driver and the front passenger, and I think that equates to maybe 8-way or 10-way, but we have power seat bottom, power seat back with power lumbar support, and it's nice to have that for both of the front seats. For our glove compartments here, we have our top storage compartment here, pretty good size space, and I love how all this is upholstered here to really match with the rest of the dash and the trim. Then we have that same earth gray with this aluminum finish here. Looks really fancy. And then down here, we have our main glove compartment with owner's manuals, and we can lock that as well. So let's take a look at this radio here. This is part of that refreshed interior for 2022. And I love how everything is set up here. So we have AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio, Google News, and podcasts. And then of course we could hook up a USB for wired or wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Google Maps, which is a huge, huge plus for this year. You're able to use all of that. And I just love how intuitive the actual navigation map is. And then we can search, do all of that. And then we can pair our phone, of course, for Bluetooth audio. We can have our trailer profile going on, and then we can kind of set up our settings for each trailer that we may have. And we have dual zone automatic climate controls, but I like how you're able to fool with this here. And you can either adjust the settings within the screen or down below, which we'll check out here shortly. There's our backup camera. And we also have a forward camera as well. Curbside view. Then we kind of have a front view of bird's eye. Just a lot that you can fool with there. And down here we have our lane departure here. We can toggle that, the parking sensors, the auto stop, that up and down power tailgate, and then we can knock all the windows down at once. And then over here to the left side of the radio, we have a traditional volume knob with a home button. And I like that the important stuff still has a button. Down here, we have our push button start. We have our trailer brake controller here. And then over here, we have our buttons for our dual zone automatic climate controls, as well as 3-stage heated and cooled seats. And then we have a USB-A, USB-C port there. Now here's probably my favorite part about, one of my favorite parts about the Silverado 1500 is going to be the shifter. So from here, there's a button here on the side, pull down for drive, then we can tap it again for low, and then pull all the way up for reverse, and then we can just tap for drive and then tap up for neutral without hitting the button. And then of course we press P for park. Here's our key fob here with remote start. And then another cool thing is we can do that tailgate from the remote as well. Center console cubby space. We have a wireless charging pad here. Really nice size for those bigger phones. We have a removable tray. And then we have a USB-C, USB-A, and then a 3-prong household plug-in there. and a really good storage size here, still having all of that included. We get the sunroof. We have one touch power sliding and tilting open and shut for the roof there. And then up here we have a universal home remote. And then we have our rear camera mirror there. And we can toggle that on and off using that there. And then we also have a power rear sliding window. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. So that's always nice to have. But next, let's go ahead and take a look from the back seat. So from the back seat here, really good room, and actually even more headroom than the front because the sunroof is not in the way. But I'm 6'3" and I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size, and then back here I still have plenty of leg room. And the seats all around are very comfortable, very plush. Then we have the seat belt in the way. Here we have our center seat that folds down. We have cup holder on either side, and then you can put smaller phones or change or whatever keys in this middle part here. And over here to the rear AC vents, you can adjust those from here. And then you have 3-stage heated seats for the outboard seats, along with a USB-C, USB-A charging port here for your back passengers. And then we have cup holders back here as well, which you have one in the door panel too. And then you have a little storage there as well. That's pretty much it for the back seat. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 6.2 liter V8 Silverado out on the road for a quick test drive. So of course I really like how the 10-speed automatic shifts. Very clean and crisp. We're going to toggle into sport mode. So I like the sport mode because even when I can't go anywhere, it still has, it revs just a little higher than normal, but under light throttle, it doesn't actually kill the engine. Very powerful when given a little bit of gas. I'm going to put it back into normal and test out this adaptive cruise. And the cruise is keeping that safe distance between myself and the vehicle in front of me. But I really like how good this ride quality is in this Silverado. Especially with it being an LTZ, you want that luxurious feel. Even though it's a pickup truck, you want something that rides smoothly and has all of your technology features. So this is the way that I would go if I were to get a Silverado and money wasn't that much of an option. But I wouldn't necessarily go for the high country and pay an extra $10,000 for a few features that I probably won't miss, because this has everything that I'd want. And our auto stop is not cutting on yet because we have the AC on. And you can tell the 6.2 liter does have a bit more pep than the 5.3 liter. Just when you put your foot halfway into it, it just pushes you. But I also I think this one has a dynamic fuel management, so just really, really quiet when I'm not giving it any throttle. And the lane departure, of course, is not a lane centering system, but I like that if you do get too close to one side, it will bounce you. I'm just going to test out how quick the paddle shifts are. Got to put in a low mode. So definitely quick to downshift. But in terms of shifting up, not so quick to do so. Which is okay. The low mode is meant for downshifting, so this isn't a sport manual. But I like the fuel mileage as well. I'm cruising here at around 45 and getting 20 to 22 miles per gallon. And I really like how the hood is sloped down. I can see pretty well in front of me, even with being in a bigger truck like this. But as we pull back into the parking lot, I'm just gonna end the test drive and finally give you all my final thoughts and go over the sticker. So I want to give a huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this awesome Silverado here. I'll leave a link below to the truck in the description as well as their entire inventory. But let's get right into this sticker. So there's our sticker price here, and of course you're gonna have some markup with just the nature of the car market right now. But we have 6.2 liter V8. It's a $2,500 option. Probably my go-to and my favorite package is going to be that premium package that gets you the rear sliding window, the roof, as well as the adaptive cruise. And then of course we have our bed view camera, the technology package, all that's included with that, and all of our standard options, which is really what makes this truck such a good deal. Having the power folding tailgate, the heated steering wheel, heated seats, all of that. So with all that being said, I do think that this truck here is a very, very good option if you're wanting a luxury truck, not necessarily wanting to get something that stickers for 80 grand, but wouldn't mind paying 65 to have everything that you'd want with a little less flashiness. So definitely, if I were going for a pickup truck that was gas powered, this would be the way I'd do it. With all that being said, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.